and welcome back to my channel once again. Today's makeup look focuses on this beautiful thing right here. This is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe collaboration palette. I am absolutely obsessed. I know this is going around YouTube like wildfire, but when I heard she was coming out with a palette with Morphe, I knew I had to get my hands on it. This was not sent to me. This is something that I purchased with my own money, and I just happened to be one of the lucky ones who got it before it was completely sold out in the 43 minutes that it was available. It's insane, but these are the shadows that are in it. They're beautiful. They've got lots of warm tones and cool tones, and what I love about it is it has everything you really need in a palette. You've got your light shades that you can highlight with, you've got your transition shades, you've got your warm tone looks that you might do on an everyday basis, and then some fun colorful options for you if you want to go outside the box, which I have done today. Today's look is a smoky eye. I'm finally doing a smoky eye on my channel. I have not ever filmed a smoky eye before, so it was really nice to get down to the nitty-gritty and film this for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's go ahead and get into it. So now we are good to go. I went ahead and primed my eyes with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And of course I'm using the Jaclyn Hill palette today. I don't really know where I'm going with this look, but we're just gonna kind of wing it. I know that I really want to play with some of the warmer tones and maybe some of the blues as well, blues and purples. So we're just gonna see what happens. And let me zoom you guys in. I'm first starting off with the color Silk Cream to lay down our base transition shade. I'm bringing this above where I have my natural crease line, so I'm bringing it more kind of upper towards the brow bone. And this is going to help me just to open up my eyes, make them look a little bit bigger, and to fake a little bit of a more spacious lid space. I'm also bringing it into the inner corner to again just elongate the eye and get a little bit of shading right in there. I'm now going to take my Maybelline EyeStudio gel liner and also my Crown C457 brush. I'm going to apply the liner basically straight from the pot onto my brush and then onto my lid space. And you basically just want to cover the lid, and then we'll be blending it out in a little bit. Alright, now that we've got that down, I'm going to set this cream with a powder. And to do that, I'm going to use the Abyss shade, which is the black shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette. Everywhere I put that, I'm just going to lay down the powder, and this is just going to help it set so it doesn't crease on you. And then it's also going to make it a lot easier to blend out. Alright, and now that we have our eyes now set, I'm just going to start blending it in. Right now I don't have any product on it. I will be adding more product in a second, just a little bit of product. But right now I'm just going to try and diffuse the edges with what product is already on the lid. And as you can see, it's already starting to diffuse outwards. So we're just going to work it in, and we're going to go really just slowly, step by step here. You know, there's a very fine line between looking smoky and looking like a black eye, and we definitely do not want that. And I'm actually going really light-handed. I'm not going all around pressing really hard trying to blend it, you know, because then it might go a little bit further into the diffusing process than you want it to go. So I'm just working it in small, light-handed circular motions. I'm wanting this to be really, really blown out, which is why I'm continuing to kind of bring it out a little further and further. I'm now going to grab the color Roxanne with a Morphe M433 brush. I'm going to go right sandwich in between where the transition is and where the smoke ends from the black, and I'll just lightly diffuse it. I'm going to take a brush that has that transition shade still on it, and with my brush kind of up here, I'm just going to start sweeping it across the lid in kind of like a downward motion, just to kind of ease that color up a bit so it's not quite as harsh. I'm now going to take the shade Beam on a flat defining brush, and I'm going to place this right underneath the brow bone just to kind of bring some light and definition back to. And then because you don't want that to look too harsh with the separation of color, I am going to grab my transition brush again, no additional product. I'm grabbing that Abyss shade and I'm placing it all over the lid again. Because of all the blending, you can sometimes diffuse it too much to where the black looks more of like a muted gray color, and that's not the look I'm going for. So I just want to place it right on the lid, a little bit above the crease. I'm going to take the brush that had the Roxanne shade and just kind of work that into our new crease just to diffuse it a little bit more. It's all about building color up, blending it out, and then rinse and repeat. As I go along, I'm doing the other eye off camera, and I don't know if y'all can tell, but this eye just looks a lot darker than this eye. Now that our eyes are nice and smoked out, I'm going to go in with the shade Diva. And I'm going to wet my brush beforehand with a little bit of setting spray. And I'm placing it right on top of the black on the lid. If you wanted to leave the eye look matte, you definitely could. I've done several matte smoky eyes. They're just a regular black shade, but I really want to try and use as many colors in here as I can. So I'm grabbing this, and when I saw this color right off the bat, I was like, oh my gosh, that would be such a pretty shade for a smoky eye. And I was right, it is freaking gorgeous. So I'm going a little bit above my crease like I've been doing, kind of rounding it out a little bit, really packing it onto the lid. Then I'm going to grab a blending brush. This is again that same brush that I had Roxanne on, and I'm just very lightly, because I don't want the shimmer to go everywhere, very lightly concentrating it right on the inner like crease area, and I'm diffusing it downwards, not upwards. So I just want to wiggle right there so that it's kind of, you know, lightened up a little bit. There's not as much of a demarcation line. I'm now going to grab like the smallest amount of Pool Party, same brush, and I also did the same thing with priming it with the Prime Water Spray. Just to not have it so dark on the inner corner, I want it to be a little bit lighter. Just to add a little bit of definition, I'm just going to add the Queen shade right in the middle. Now I'm going to use that same black gel liner from Maybelline, and I'm just grabbing a really precise M250-1 brush from Morphe. Just using all sorts of Morphe products today apparently, because I love them. I just want to draw this on as close to the lash line as possible. I'm going to coat my lashes with the Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. And if you get a little bit of mascara on your inner corner, do not panic. Just let it dry and then it'll flake right off. I'm gonna now apply some falsies, and I'm using the House of Lashes Lash Glue. I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape to highlight underneath the eye. Using my Real Technique sponge, just blend that out. I'm going to use my Fit Me powder that I usually use to set and brighten the under eyes even more. I'm going to use my NYX Slide On Glide On eye pencil in black and line the upper waterline. Alright, now we're going to go in with the under eyes, and I'm using a Sigma E30 brush. I'm going to sweep this underneath in a sort of a smoky situation underneath the lower lash line. Kind of bringing the lower lash down a bit by smoking it out. I'm going to use the same E30, I just dusted it off, and I'm going to go in with the Roxanne shade that we used in the crease. I'm now applying a little bit of Royalty right on the lower lash line. I'm going to dust off my brush, spray it again, go in with the Pool Party shade, and then place it right on the inner corner. On the innermost corner, I'm using the E18 brush that I sprayed and using the Beam shade that we used for the brow bone highlight. I'm going to grab my Slide On Glide On pencil, kohl pencil from NYX. I'm now applying the Lash Paradise to my lower lashes. So this is the final makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. It's nice and smoky and blue with a little bit of purple on the lower lash line. I think I used like 7 or 8 shades from the palette. I definitely am going to come out with more looks from this palette, so stay tuned to that. If you have any specific suggestions, then just let me know in the comment section down below. Like this video if you do like it, which I hope you do. Subscribe! I would greatly appreciate it. All my other social handles will be listed in the description box below, as well as all the products mentioned and used. And yeah, have a great day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye!